And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lunar 2 Eternal Blue. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. Just to correct myself from the last episode at the end, it wasn't the lake, it was the bathhouse. There's two places where Lucia's just walking around all, you know, giggity, 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 and it was this one. So anyway, let's go in, because the bathhouse is now not much of a bathhouse. Specifically that we have access to this area that is now available. Now, this is a labyrinth. I can't explain that much further than that. So what does that mean when I say it's a labyrinth? It means that there's many ways you can go, and I don't recommend using this as a place to kind of grind levels. You really just want to get out of here. Like any labyrinth, you don't want to get stuck dicking around in it, you know, because you're just going to have a bad time. You're better off just not necessarily, I don't want to use the term powering through it, but just going through it the right way. This is one of the only times I would ever say in this game that should be a primary focus, is just getting done with the dungeon. Because like any game that is labyrinthian in nature, you don't want to deal with it very much. I don't know how else to describe it, because it is explicitly a maze. So yeah, and hence why we went to the other dungeons first, because the higher level we are, the less likely the enemies will cause us any grief, or at least as much grief as other enemies would, per se. As you'll see, Leo's probably gonna go last here. Nope, second to last. Which she's gonna leave alive. We're gonna leave alive this one dude on jet skis here. So yeah, but for what it's worth, it's just, to me, in my opinion, it makes more sense to just, you know, power your way through. The enemies here aren't as intricate as the enemies in other dungeons. They're a lot easier to tackle, so you can't really go wrong. So Ron Far leveled, yay! But yeah, so I'm not going to cut out too much, because we're just going to go directly the right way, because we can. Which I already feel like I've gone the wrong way. Let's go back to... Whoa, see, look at, did you see what happened there? Did you see how that kind of went topsy-turvy on us? So if you go the wrong way, which apparently I did, you can instantaneously get lost. So here's what's going to happen. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're just going to power through this battle really quick. And get the hell out. And we'll leave the way we came in, so to speak. And start it over. Because if you go the wrong way, the whole dungeon's going to change the way it looks. And then you're really screwed. Because, you know, even if you memorize which way is the right way to go, there's not going to be a right way to go. You're just going to be, like, lost. Because it's not going to look the way you would think it would. So let me just, like I said, let me knock this out really quick. Get our 3 grand of XP. Luckily, the enemies here aren't too annoying yet. You notice how I said yet. Alright, hold on really quick. Out we go. Hopefully it's not all the way back out. Yeah, okay, good. All the way back out as in I gotta go through the whole illusion forest. Now, the best part about this is we can do this. Yoink. So, if you're really under-leveled, I'm talking like you're in your late 40s in your leveling, which, why would you be that low? But if you are that low and you just want to get through this stuff, but you can't, because the grind is, because you can't grind off of any of these older dungeons, just follow my lead by, I would say by coming here, because at least the enemies in general are not too bad. They're still going to hit really hard, and there's not much you can do about that. Per se, but it's really the best chance you've got. Whereas the other enemies are so much stronger than you are, you're gonna be having a bad day, no matter what you do. So, yeah, it's gonna be one of those. But like I said, these floors, if you know how to navigate them, this dungeon isn't that bad. Outside of the hiccup I did in the beginning by going the wrong way. And there's some tells that help make sure you know you're going the right way. Like I said, the environment changing, memorizing where enemies spawn when you enter a new floor, it gives you an idea of where to go. That's kind of how I had this memorized when I was younger, after I figured the freaking place out. But again, it was just one of those things that just was not. It was if you're doing this blind, it's not fun. It really isn't. I mean, not in a bad way, because there is a finite end to the chaos that is this dungeon. Where you don't have to deal with the craziness part, but getting to that part is easier said than done. Is really how I should be wording that. Let's go for the... Okay, we can only get 3, so that's fine. Fine! Yeah, the enemies aren't really that interesting. And the boss down here is probably arguably one of the easier bosses in the back end of the game. And it's really because the item down here is probably just for collection purposes. It's not really, I would argue that it's not necessarily a requirement. You're grabbing the item down here because you want to. There's no benefit of grabbing this item whatsoever. It will not make anything easier. It's not something relevant even to have. It's just a novelty item. If that does not make sense to you, nothing else will at this point. It's just a novelty item. That's all I have to say. It's just a novelty item. And Gene levels and Lamina levels, we're at 61. We probably will not get to 62 by the time we get out of here. So, just a third. And this is what we're looking for, are these teleporting areas. And that's really the case. So, let's see. Okay, so it's this. Yeah. Bring it, you mirror enemy bastard. It really does help. It's better than having Ronfar attack. It really is. Give or take.
I'll take care of this.
Doesn't seem like we get through battles faster unless he does that. I'm standing by what I say about that. Nice job, Jean. Wow, she's going to town. Look at that. 2 crits. Sweet. Anything that makes this go by faster is A-okay with me, girl. Yeah, that's not going to make us go faster. Which means Leo is not going to be able to increase the speed that we traverse this dump. I mean, this wonderful dungeon full of magic and wonderment. Good boy, Leon. Yeah, or Leo. Leo. Why do I want to call him Leon? We're not playing Resident Evil. God, I should stream, like, the new Resident Evil 2 game. I have it. I streamed it online. What I'm saying is I should probably pick a time to, like, maybe do an LP of it if you guys want to see it. I don't know if that would interest you guys or not. See me play something that's not just a JRPG or a strategy game or a simulation game. I do love my simulation games. I don't know what it is about them that are so freaking addicting, but they are addicting. Oh, look out! So we got our new enemy here. Slimes. They're coming back, but look at that. It actually looks like the boss slime from Lunar 1, strangely enough. Do that. Seems to, at least to me, to be the better deal.
I'll take care of this.
Look at that delicious damage. Nice. Oh, not so nice. I don't think he's gonna reach it. Oh, he did. Look at that. Now, it's not exactly like the boss from the first Lunar, but the first boss in the entire Lunar game. But it looks uncannily similar. Uncannily similar? It looks very similar. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think uncannily is a word. Well, uncanny is a word, but uncannily. Why do I know I've read that word somewhere. Doesn't. I think it was back in college somebody used it. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's a real word though. And I remember people being mocked for it, so I don't think it's a real word. Whatever. Don't care. Let's keep moving. So, oh crap, what have I done? No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. That's what I'm saying, is even when you see the screen change, it doesn't mean you're going the wrong way. Trust me when I say that. I know that's the weirdest sounding thing ever. Oh, that's normal. It's like, no, there's a situation that we got going here, and it works in a very specific way, it is a frustrating dungeon. All I remember when I was a kid was just getting really frustrated with this. And then I had the guide too, because I think it came with the game guide. Because I pre-ordered it, because I got the Galleon punching doll when I pre-ordered it. And I think it came with a Prima official strategy guide for it. But it didn't really give you much information about how to navigate this, if my memory serves me right, so I was a little, like, disappointed when I played through the game a second time. Because my golden rule, and I still stand by this today, and if you check out my Twitch live stream, you would know that when I do play games blind on there, and I approach every game I play for the first time blind, and then every time after that I might start using guides just to see if there was anything I missed. Because the big thing for me is I hate, like, oh, you missed this story scene, or you missed this cool little item, you know, thing, or oh, you missed this extra bit of character development, and it's like, what? That would have been cool to see the first time. Why'd they have to make it so freaking hard to notice it? And it's just what, you know, they do. It's just what designers choose to do. There's not much you can really do about that. Luckily, this room isn't that hard to navigate. And then the next one's actually going to be even easier. And then the last one's going to be even easier. The only negative is we got to fight 2 enemies worth of battles here. But we're almost through. Almost done. Screw it, we'll just do that. And almost there, and we're barely going to need to use any starlights for the most part. If we can avoid using them, all the better. And you might be like, well, why? Like, well, why not? Why are you going to make this complicated, bro? Hopefully get some crits going too, would really make this move a little faster. No. Still, no matter what I do, it's going to take 2 rounds to get through each fight. But luckily, they keep ganging up on Ronfar and Leo, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, his damage is okay, but it's not as good as everyone else's now. And he's down. Leo will probably level up by the time we're through here, but not everyone else. And again, like I said, if I could avoid that fight, I probably would, because there's just no outright benefit of screwing around here too long. There just really isn't. All the enemies here are kind of lame, and we're at a point too where we've hit level 60. Max level is 99, but there's no reason to attempt that whatsoever unless you're just a douche and you have nothing better to do with your time. But if you're going to do that, there are better places to do it. You've seen dungeons that have better options for gaining massive amounts of XP, whereas this is just kind of meh. 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 Get him. Yeah. I just don't want to have a character miss a turn because of him. That little bastard monster. Giggity goo, giggity, alright, hi. So yeah, once you know where to go, this dungeon isn't hard. It really isn't. See, look at that. We use the warping rooms to our benefit. And that's the only way to really do some of this when you break it down. And then here's the other enemy you've not seen, which, again, why I'm showing the battles. Because you could miss out, and it would be a mild shame. Because why would you want to miss it? Boom and boom. But yeah, if you're really low in HP, this might be an easier play. Or I'm sorry, in XP and levels. This might be one of the easier places to go, but you're gonna level rather slowly compared to going to other places. So, get him! Yeah! Sweet. So we can deal with the last one more easily. Big win, right, Puffy? We'll show this fight because this is the only other enemy type here. So, meaning you've seen every enemy after this. We'll just gang up on him too because I don't like him. I don't like his Jack in the Box face. Though I will admit I was at Jack in the Box recently and was very happy because I love when they have their little $4.99 deal meals where it's like this one was a triple junior deluxe cheeseburger or whatever. So it's a tiny burger, but it's 3 patties with small curly fry and a small drink for $5, and it's just like, you know what? It's just enough food. You do not need more food than that. And they had like a 3-piece chicken tender combo, $5 combo as well. And they also had a sourdough, double patty sourdough with grilled onions on it for $1 more. That was a $5.99 deal. So, to me, it's like, fuck you, McDonald's. McDonald's never has deals. That's the problem with McDonald's. They always have the deals only on the value meal. And really, the Jack in the Box, whether you like their food or not, they usually have better deals. And their quality, at least in my area, has gotten better over the last 15 years. It's actually better. It's better to eat there than McDonald's nowadays. And Wendy's, where we are, is very expensive, so it's a reason not to go to Wendy's. Unfortunately, it's like $10 for a fucking meal at Wendy's. For a value meal of any value. Alright, so let's make a save, because I don't wanna use a Starlight if I don't have to. I'm actually curious. I think we can get by without using a Starlight to prep ourselves for what's coming. Actually, you know what? It really doesn't matter. We may as well be full. I'm fooling myself by saying that. We may as well be full MP. Alright, so let's do this. So these 3 enemies are very reminiscent of the Magus Sisters. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. They're very reminiscent of the Magus Sisters, and all it is that there's one that's kind of neutral to everything, one weak to physical attacks, and one weak to magic. And the best way to do this is to go right after the mage one first, because the mage one is an asshole that likes to heal. And we don't like people that do healing. We don't like them at all. So that's going to be a whole lot of no. Now, the one thing I didn't do this battle, which I kind of just realized I didn't do it until just now, is I didn't put White Dragon Protect up. So this is going to be a bouncy little fight here, but we should be able to take out 2 of the 3 of them very quickly. Supposedly. And our ability to take them out quickly will be very paramount in getting it down to just the one boss left. So let's just see how we do. See if we can do this without using the White Dragon Protect. Well, that's about 3 grand worth of damage right down there, son. And that's not even the one that's weak to us. See, he's gonna do crap like that. That's gonna annoy the hell out of me. His damage isn't that bad, unless they gang up on a character, I would have to say.
Taste my refreshment.
Boom. So that one's actually almost dead. We might move Hero onto a different one. The characters can handle that. Let's do, freaking pure litany on Lamina. Let's build up Leo even more. Let's see how this goes. You have to remember, this is all accumulatively one boss, so we shouldn't need to do too much damage dealing here. Left to the bottom one, which is known as the Mage. That cancels out any healing it gives, but let's see here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was 4,500 damage right there, baby. Okay, he stole MP from us. Useless bastard. I think it was MP. No, he's still kicking. But we're still gonna do what we're doing. And that's... We're gonna still keep the divide going. Because at this point, we're almost in a good position that it won't matter. Alright, so... That... and that. So they should, then I'm pretty sure Leo and Jean should be able to kill the mage this round. I'd be surprised if they couldn't. They're not even in the 10,000 range of XP, and we did 3,000 right out the door, plus what they've been doing. Well, you know what? We could do one more on the bottom one. I don't think he's healing this round. Okay, there he goes. Which sucks, because Leo's going to attack the non-weak one. The one that's not as weak. But he's toast. Yeah! Solving the problem.
Taste my refreshment.
Yeah, see, now he's very resistant, so we're gonna have to change what we're doing here, which is fine. All we can really do is just that. That's all she can do. That and that. And this is it. This is the whole fight. It's not necessarily what I would consider to be a difficult dungeon. It's just something that you have to kind of be prepared for when you're going about doing it. So, yay! Yay, 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 yay. Kill it. Ow, he hit me. He hit me too.
Kneel and perish.
Let's see here. There's not much we can do to increase the damage output. And again, I don't want to use any starlights because that saves us a trip. Because the next dungeon we're gonna do is actually in the area, and the only reason I'm doing it is because it's in the area. And that's why I'm trying to conserve our starlights here. Because I'd have to go... Well, wait, we used them anyway, didn't we? Damn it. We'll have to get them refilled, regardless of what I say. Because I'm a stickler and always want to be prepared, because being prepared is awesome. Alright. Again, we're doing the best we can. You know what we will try is we will try a bigger attack here, but let's do some healing. Let's go with Catastrophe. So yeah, White Dragon Protect would have met Ronfar would have had more free turns to buff the party on his own, but we didn't need to. Lamina was carrying it all the same. Oh yeah, that's a better deal right there. I'm doing it the hard way. That's $2,000 a round. Yeah, I think I done goofed with my strategy early on. Why didn't you just open with that, brah? Because I'm tired. All we've been doing are side dungeons. Though in retrospect, we are going to get to the story ones that are required. So we're just not. This is one of the last ones. There is another one that you don't have to do as well, but we are getting down to the wire on ones that you have to do and ones that you don't have to do. There's one more left that you don't, I believe, have to do. But, you know. Meh. Meh. Meh.
Mega damage!
Oh no, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Wait, what's left? I'll figure that out in a minute. Alright, so yay, Leo finally got a 61. Alright, so awesome. We get for our freaking trouble. I gotta go get it first. Alex's Ocarina. Why it's here, no one will ever answer. Alex's Ocarina, it just comes with all the music from the game. That's literally the only reason to come down here. It's just literally so you can listen to all the music from the game. Whenever you want. You can see why I'm slightly annoyed. Yeah, it's a pretty shitty little item. It really is. But with that said, you know, we only used one Starlight, didn't we? I think we'll be okay. Probably, we didn't really even need to use it when we did. But you know what? I think we'll be okay for the next dungeon. I'm not going to waste time going all the way freaking back to Meribia when we don't have to. And more importantly, we've got another dungeon on our hands. So this actually might be the shortest episode because we're obviously not going to be able to do a whole freaking dungeon in 15 minutes. So you can forget that because the dungeons are now back to their extreme length and girth. Their extreme length again. So there's just So, yeah, and the problem is, too, if I'm not mistaken, is I think every dungeon going forward has a boss that we have to dick around with, which means we have to conserve MP and all that other crap. So, the breakdown is really going to be just, we don't have a lot of options, we don't have a lot of choices, but what we need to do is knock these suckers out. That way, I don't even know where I was going with that. I had another old person moment, I'll tell you. Anyway, here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to know is that we are in the Saiyan Desert, Salian Desert, Salian Desert, whatever. And we've got to go now and get the jewels that were mentioned. And for those of you wondering, this was the first dungeon we were in the game. This is where we started the game. Was here. So the fact that it's all come full circle and we're back here is great. The only thing is that this is a dungeon that has like 8 or 9 floors on it, and it's a beast. It's a beast, but I believe the enemies are not as bad as some of the ones we fought before. I could be wrong on that, but again, we'll have to find out when we get there. But we're going to make sure we grab every treasure, because most treasures here are very, very useful. And there would be no reason not to grab those things. So, anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. I am your host, the RPG Guy. And when we come back, we will now be heading into the Dragon Ruins. Looking for some jewels and some gems and some things anything that will help us get back to Lucio. Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTardStudios for more awesome JRPG action, as well as Hobo Headcrab blind plays of RPGs and other games. So he's in there playing games he's never played before, and he's giving his opinions on them, and he's beating them even, and he's loving it so far. And also check out our Chairman of the Board show, all on the same channel. That's usually Tuesdays and sometimes on Sundays. So sometimes you get it twice a week. And it's our tabletop show where we play tabletop board games, and we let you know about the big conventions happening in the LA area and whatnot. And eventually we're going to be trying to, at some point, host a show there. We're talking to the people that run it, They seem somewhat interested to help with the promotion of the con. It happens 3 times a year. Check them out at strategicon.net. Anyway, thank you guys for coming by, and we'll see you guys next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.